Don't stop making videos, even if you don't have a whole lot of, followers and all that good stuff. Just keep doing it, because really at the end of the day, you're only talking to yourself anyway. So first and foremost, remember, you're only talking to yourself, really, because everybody's a reflection of yourself in some form of way.
We saw a mouse at Lisa's. It's outside. And don't eat these. Don't eat those. Why? They're expired. You will get sick.
See, if you're going to have a personality, which you can't get... if you're down on the physical, you got a personality. So you might as well get paid for it, because your personality is already causing you problems anyway. See, every problem in your life is because of your personality. Every problem you have right now, everything you don't like about your life or yourself or your people or anyone around you, it's because you don't like your personality. You get what I'm saying? Here's the good news. Your personality is scared of you. Now, people are like, well, what are you talking about? Well, it's because you've been identifying with your personality because that's what you've been told. You think you're your personality, right? Now, it's part of who you are. I'm not knocking that, right? I'm not saying it's not part of who you are. But my point of the matter is, by you claiming to be only your personality, right? It gives the personality able to build these invisible walls of, it don't have this, and it don't have that, and it don't have this. It likes to say I. You hear I come out a lot, right? I, or me. You know what I'm saying? When you hear I, me, or I, have Sissy open it for you. Have Sissy open it for you. Have Sissy open it for you. When you hear I or me, okay, that would be it, right? And it wants you to name it, right? It wants a name. It you know what I'm saying? Because understanding it is formless. So this is why the ego, or you could call it the thought form, or you could call it your personality, can somewhat shift shape. It can change, right? Because before there was an ego, right, or thought form, or you could say shadow, right? You know what I'm saying? Before there was that, right? What were you? See, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, and what were you before you were that? What were you before someone even told you what your name was? Before the name even registered inside this thing we call a human brain, right? Which is really, in Gnosticism they call it the human prison system. But what was you before? What was you before you were named Josiah? What was you before you were named whatever name your parents gave you? Because that ain't even who you are. That's just your parents. Which, by the way, were programming you with that name. And then you started to identify with it. And now that name has created this is who I am. It's not who you are. Not even